The Plagues of Egypt, Part 2. Despite the flies, Pharaoh Meronre's heart remained stone. He had seen God's difference between Egypt and Goshen, yet he refused to yield. Moses had one final serious warning, a deadly sickness for all the Egyptian livestock. The sun rose, and the air was too quiet. The fine horses, the strong oxen, the sheep and goats, all the animals belonging to the Egyptians lay still. Not one animal of the Israelites died. The lesson: God controls all living things, and no wealth can save what he decides to take. Even with this great loss, Pharaoh Meronre would not listen. So Moses and Aaron took handfuls of soot from a furnace. They tossed the dark ash high into the sky, and it drifted down over every man and beast in the land of Egypt. Where the black dust landed, painful boils burst out on skin. The Egyptian people, the animals that were left, and even Pharaoh's powerful magicians were struck down by sickness and pain. The lesson: resisting God brings a suffering that affects everyone, great and small. Still, the stubborn king would not change his mind. Then came a warning of a power Pharaoh could not even imagine: great thunder, fire that ran on the ground, and giant hard hail. God told his people to bring their servants and animals inside, but the warning was ignored in Egypt. The sky opened with a sound like 100 drums. Ice balls the size of stones rained down, mixed with flashing fire. The flax and barley were ruined, and the trees were broken. It was the most terrible storm Egypt had ever known. "I have sinned this time," Pharaoh Meronre cried out, shaking with fear. He promised to let the people go if the hail stopped. Moses prayed, and the storm ceased. The sky was clear, but the king's fear had been washed away with the rain, and his promise went with it. The warning for the next plague was simple: a dark, endless cloud of locusts that would eat anything the hail had not destroyed. Pharaoh's advisors begged him to stop, but his pride was stronger than their wisdom. The east wind roared, carrying the great, dark army. They landed with a terrible, scuttling sound. The locusts ate every leaf, every blade of grass, and every piece of fruit left on the trees. Egypt was stripped bare, left green nowhere. Pharaoh Meronre had promised to let them go again, only to take his promise back again. The final warning came not from the earth, but from the heavens. Moses raised his hands toward the sky, and the sun disappeared. A darkness that could be felt fell over Egypt. It was